Ever wondered why your brain can solve complex math problems but can't convince your muscles to lift that last rep of weights? It's quite the conundrum, isn't it? You can effortlessly solve a Rubik's Cube, debate the merits of postmodern literature, or even explain the intricacies of quantum physics. But ask your legs to squeeze out that last mile on the treadmill, and suddenly it's as if they've never heard of the concept of obedience. It's like your body is that rebellious teenager and your brain, the exasperated parent, pleading for just one more rep, one more step, one more anything. But alas, your muscles seem to have their own agenda, stubbornly resisting your cerebral pleas. So what's the deal here? Is your body staging a mutiny against your brain? Fear not, for there's a method to this muscle madness. And it's not about brute force or sheer willpower, it's a science. A fascinating interplay between mind and muscle, known as the mind-muscle connection. Well, it turns out there's a science to this madness, and it's called the mind-muscle connection. So you're telling me there's a reason my brain can't convince my body to do an extra set of lunges? Fascinating. Now, let's delve into the science behind the struggle, the mind-muscle connection. Picture this. Your brain, the all-knowing, all-seeing powerhouse, is like the bossy, older sibling. Your muscles, they're more like the stubborn younger ones, not always keen on listening. The brain communicates with your muscles through motor neurons, tiny messengers that deliver commands from Mr. Bossy Pants up top to the stubborn little guys down below. And this, my friends, is where the struggle begins. You see, your brain is a bit like a micromanager. It wants to control everything. But sometimes the message gets lost in translation. Think of it as your brain sending a text message to your muscles, but they're in a dead zone with no signal. The result? Your brain yelling, "Lift that weight," but your muscles shrugging it off with a casual, maybe later. In more scientific terms, this communication breakdown is due to the neuromuscular junction, a fancy term for the meeting point between a motor neuron and a muscle cell. It's like the post office of your body, where all the brain's commands are sorted and delivered to the muscles. So, why does this matter? Well, when the brain's messages aren't getting through, your workouts aren't as effective. You're not pushing your muscles to their full potential, and you're not getting the gains you're striving for. So, that's the science. But how do we use this to our advantage in our workouts? Now that we know the why, it's time to figure out the how. How do we convince our muscles to listen to our brains? Well, it's not as tricky as negotiating with a toddler on a sugar high, I promise. It's all about focus and visualization. Instead of simply going through the motions, picture the muscle you're targeting and imagine it contracting and expanding. For instance, while doing bicep curls, visualize your bicep muscles as powerful pistons, driving your arms up and down. Feel the burn, embrace it. It's your body's way of saying, hey, we're getting stronger here. Next time you're doing squats, instead of thinking about how much your legs hurt, try thinking about how great your butt will look. It's like you're sculpting your very own Michelangelo masterpiece, one squat at a time. And when it comes to cardio, instead of counting down the minutes, visualize the calories crying out in defeat as they're burnt away. A bit dramatic, maybe, but it's a whole lot more fun than watching the clock. Remember, consistency is key. The more you practice this mind-muscle connection, the stronger it will become. It's like building a friendship, but with your muscles. And who knows, they might just start listening to you without throwing any tantrums. And that, my fitness enthusiasts, is the secret to unlocking your workout potential. So we've learned that our brains aren't just for solving puzzles and remembering useless trivia, but also for bossing our muscles around. The mind-muscle connection, my friends, is the unsung hero of every successful workout. It's the secret sauce, the magic ingredient, the X factor. Think about it. When you're at the gym lifting that dumbbell for the 100th time, who's really doing the heavy lifting? Your muscles? Or is it your brain whispering sweet nothings to your biceps, telling them they're strong, they're capable, they can handle it? The mind-muscle connection is like a symphony orchestra, with your brain as the conductor and your muscles as the instruments, all playing together in perfect harmony. And just like a symphony, the better the conductor, the better the performance. Remember, next time you're struggling with that last rep, don't blame your muscles, blame your brain. It's like they say, mind over matter, right? And that's the power of the mind-muscle connection. Until next time, keep flexing those brain muscles.